So while waiting, a bit of housekeeping notes that I would
One,
like
two,
to
one,
share
two.
with you. So when our guest of honor is coming, I would like to ask for you to rise and stand up. And then while waiting for that, no, you can stand up after I announce. And then we will have our national anthem. And then you can sit down afterwards when I let you know, all right? Tak turun bawah. Ha? Mana satu? Okay. Thank you everyone for coming in time. We will begin shortly. Yes, Nazri. This one, yeah? Huh? No screen? Did BB already know about it? Okay. Okay, so not here. So yeah, video presentation, just punching that. All right. But is that the opening remarks, right? All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join me in welcoming our esteemed guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Adam Adli Abdul Halim, the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Malaysia. Thank you, YB Adam, for gracing us with your presence today. Please kindly. To officially begin this ceremony, we will now stand for the Malaysian national anthem, Negaraku. Please rise. We would like to ask for everyone to stand up for the Malaysian anthem. Thank you. Negaraku. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you for all of our guests today. Yang Berhormat Adam Adli Abdul Halim, Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Malaysia. His Excellencies Ambassadors and representatives from all non-aligned movement countries. Yang Berbahagia Muhammad 𝐸𝐫𝐷 Afifi bin Haji Abdul Hamid, the President of the Malaysian Youth Council. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Utama Idris Harun, President of World Assembly of Youth, WAY. Ms. Laila Hassanova, Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organization, Chairperson. The national chapters of Non-Aligned Movement Country Youth Organization, Supreme Council members of the Malaysian Youth Council, distinguished guests, and the youth of Malaysia. Welcome to the launching ceremony of Regional NAM Youth Summit in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this summit is a milestone for NAMYO mission to achieve international recognition. And it is a part of our effort to continue to strengthen its presence and impact through regional engagement that foster youth collaborations and dialogue. To begin this launching ceremony, I would like to welcome Mr. Muhammad 𝐸𝐫𝐷 Afifi bin Haji Abdul Hamid, the President of Malaysian Youth Council, for the opening speech. Please join me to welcome Mr. 𝐸𝐫𝐷 Afifi for the opening speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam gerak belia, salam Malaysia Madani. Yang berhormat Tuan Adam Adli Abdul Halim, Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports of Malaysia, Excellencies, Ambassadors of non-aligned movement countries, Datuk Seri Utama Idris Harun, President of the World Assembly of Youth, Ms. Leila Hassanova, Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organization Chairperson, National Chapters of Non-Aligned Movement Country Youth Organizations, members from Malaysian Youth Councils, distinguished guests, Youth of Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of the Malaysian Youth Council, I would like to welcome all the NCs, National Chapters of Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organizations to Malaysia. Welcome to the Regional Non-Aligned Movement Youth Summit held here in Malaysia's bustling city of Kuala Lumpur, or KL as we locals like to call it. 15 national chapters from the Asian region convened here today to engage in a dialogue on climate action. The summit is apt given that COP29 was held in Baku, Azerbaijan, November 2024, last year. One of the significant outcomes of COP29 is inclusion of children, young people, their education and health in the global adaptation goal, reflecting the unique vulnerabilities of children to climate change impacts. The future of planet's health is highly contingent on the actions taken by us, and as the youth and future generations, we need to make a stance on what sort of actions we want to see being taken at the global, policy, governmental, corporate, and industrial levels. The path of the future consists of 56 goals. In order for us to achieve these goals, there needs to be an international cooperation like here today. Action 36 and Action 37 aim to strengthen meaningful youth participation at the international and national levels. We are here today to make those steps closer in realizing Action 36 and 37. This is the youth taking action. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the summit is also held during a special time in Malaysia, wherein we are the chairman of ASEAN 2025. ASEAN, a regional bloc of 10 countries, each with its own differences and unique characteristics, yet similar in terms of facing the regional challenges when it comes to climate change. ASEAN 2025's theme, which is inclusivity and sustainability, is a testament to Malaysia's commitment in addressing climate issues that affect the region. Under Malaysia's chairmanship, ASEAN will focus on ASEAN Climate Change Strategic Action Plan, or ACCSAP, because we understand that what happens in the ASEAN region has consequences in other regions in Asia and beyond. Let's begin with Malaysia, a country rich in biodiversity but facing significant environmental challenges. Malaysian youth are stepping up in a remarkable way. Take, for example, one of the NGO in Malaysia, or Climate Action Movement, led by young activists who are pushing for stronger climate-forward policies and raising awareness about deforestation and carbon emissions. These young leaders are not just talking about change. They are organizing tree planting drives, advocating for renewable energy, and holding corporations accountable for their environmental impact. The effort reminds us that the fight against climate change starts at the grassroots level. As for the Malaysian Youth Council, we organize the Sekolah Alam, or the Nature School, that focuses on disaster management and response, as well as volunteerism. The Council has been instrumental in supporting Malaysia's flood relief efforts, which has worsened due to climate change. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, moving beyond Malaysia, ASEAN is home to some of the world's most vulnerable countries to climate change, from rising sea levels in Indonesia to extreme weather in the Philippines. Young people across the region are leveraging technology and social media to amplify their voices. The youth of ASEAN are not waiting for change, but they are driving it. The unwavering belief among young people that they have the power to shape the future. They are not deterred by the scale of the challenge or the complexity of the solutions. Instead, they are using their creativity, passion, and determination to drive change. Whether it's through activism, innovation, or education, the youth of Asia are proving that climate action is not just a responsibility, it's an opportunity. Your Excellencies, but they are not do it alone. Governments, businesses, and communities must support these young leaders our leaders by providing resources, platforms, and policies that enable their efforts. We must listen to your voices, amplify their ideas, and join them in the fight for a sustainable planet. Distinguished guests, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the youth of Asia are not just the leaders of tomorrow. They are the leaders of today. From Malaysia to ASEAN to Azerbaijan, they are showing us that climate action is not a choice, but a necessity. Let us stand with them, learn with them, and work alongside them to build a future that is not only sustainable, but also just and equitable to all. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Izzat, for your inspiring word and also setting the tone for this regional NAM Youth Summit. Next, we will hear from Ms. Laila Hassanov, the chairperson of the Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organization, NAMYO. Ms. Hassanova is a passionate leader and a strong voice for youth engagement in global issues. Please welcome Ms. Laila Hassanova to the stage.
Thank you so much, dear Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear young people. I would like to first of all greet you all on behalf of the NAM Youth Organization and would like to say a special thank you to the organizing committee, Malaysian Youth Council, for making this regional summit happen. And also would like to extend thanks to the support of the Azerbaijan International Development Agency. We gather here today to make our network stronger by meaningful participation and engagement. Today we are modeling the new norm of youth inclusion. And I've been thinking about what our new baseline is on combating the global challenges. And I realized that it actually lies in the power of unity. And it includes every table, every level, and most importantly, us, young people, the fresh minds. NAM Youth Organization constantly launches a variety of capacity building programs, trainings, forums, informative sessions, conferences, and camps with our external partners and 58 national chapters worldwide. We enable them to partake in cultural exchange and leadership development and gain knowledge about the mission and principles of the non-aligned movement. This is crucial for empowering young people to usefully contribute to the advocacy and engagement in tackling global challenges. As I'm also wearing a hat for the COP29 Presidency Youth Climate Champion, I would like to emphasize the importance of COP29 and the negotiated outcomes. Last year, the world needed to demonstrate what it can do, and we, as the host country, needed to demonstrate that in a world full of disagreement, countries could still come together. We needed to prove that collective action was possible and that we could still deliver. Everyone had to have a voice in the discussions, children and youth, constituencies, indigenous people. Everyone had to be empowered to make a difference. From Africa to Asia, from Pacific to the Caribbean, frontline communities told us about their priorities. We listened, reflected, and developed an approach that addressed everyone's need. The agreed goal in Baku is the largest ever financial goal to come from a UN process, turning billions into trillions. This sends a strong signal to financial markets, provide greater certainty for long-term planning. This actually helps build trust and momentum for collective action and set a benchmark to hold us all into account. These breakthroughs were essential. We showed that there is hope for multilateral process to build agreement, mobilize communities, and deliver progress. Dear participants, dear guests, the non-aligned movement was built on the principles of solidarity, sovereignty, and justice. Today, as young leaders, we have the responsibility to carry these values forward, not just in words, but in action. And I hope that this summit will help us uplift each other and collaborate beyond borders. I hope that we go back to our respective communities and countries inspired and committed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hassanova, for her insightful remark just now. All right, we will come to the main event of this session. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite YB Adam Adli, the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports Malaysia, to the stage to deliver his speech. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good afternoon, esteemed guests, fellow national youth delegates. Yang bahagia Muhammad 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐴 𝐺𝐀𝐻, President of Malaysian Youth Council. Yang bahagia Datuk Seri Utama Idris Harun, President of World Assembly of Youth. Ms. Leila Hassanova, Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organization Chairperson, National Chapters of Non-Aligned Movement Country Youth Organizations, Supreme Council of the Malaysian Youth Council, distinguished guests, and the youth of Malaysia present today. Definitely it's an honor to stand before you, not just to talk about the challenge, but more on how or what kind of action to be taken. This summit is more than a gathering. It is a commitment to shape the future together. Youth must be at the forefront of solutions, leading with innovation, resilience, and determination. The Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organization, or NAMYO, continues to grow as a platform for our young people to collaborate, to strengthen their presence through regional engagement. The regional NAM Youth Summit in Kuala Lumpur, with over 200 participants from across Asia, marks a pivotal milestone in NAMYO's mission to attain international recognition. But recognition alone is not enough. A major goal of this summit is the formulation of a unified statement by 17 national chapter representatives advocating for NAMYO's global standing. This statement must not only seek recognition, but also serve as a framework for real action. We must commit to measurable actions that prove that the young people are not just the participants in the global discussions. We are the leaders in solving the global challenge, including climate change. Climate change is not a future concern, it's a present crisis. And raising awareness is important, but the action is what truly matters. Work in close partnership with the governments to ensure that the perspective of young people are incorporated into policy development. However, policies alone will not solve this crisis. It is the young leaders with bold ideas and strong initiatives who will drive the real impact. Beyond policies, we need implementation. Grassroots sustainability projects, from reforestation to clean water initiatives, must move from discussion to action, supported by both the public and the private sectors. In empowering our youth-led solutions, we must remember that innovation is the key to tackling the climate change. The young entrepreneurs and visionaries need funding and mentorship to develop sustainable solutions, from renewable energy to the waste reduction. And to achieve enduring change, governments and industries must progress beyond solely acknowledging youth initiatives. They must also proactively invest in and furnish our young individuals with the essential resources. The real change starts with knowledge. Climate education, for example, must be integrated into our school curriculum, ensuring that our young people understand the urgency of environmental challenge. Beyond schools, leadership training must empower our young people to become sustainability advocates in their community. When we invest in education, we prepare our next generation not just to inherit the challenge, but also to solve them. No country can tackle the global issues alone. Collaboration is the key. And the partnership between NAMYO and the Committee for ASEAN Youth Cooperation, CAYC, demonstrates that when the young people or the youth leaders unite, our impact is amplified. Through cross-border initiatives, knowledge sharing, and policy advocacy, we can create a stronger, more sustainable future. The time for action is now. The presence of 17 national chapters today, namely Azerbaijan, Bangladesh, Belarus, Cambodia, Fiji, India, Indonesia, Jordan, Your Excellency, thank you, Malaysia, Nepal, Your Excellency, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Timor-Leste, Thailand, Uzbekistan, and Yemen. It's not just about dialogue, it's about the leadership. It shows a combined commitment of all countries coming together to help and support the Young People's Initiative. And we have to remember that the young people are not just the leaders of tomorrow. The young people are the leaders of today as well. You must take the responsibility, push forward, and ensure that the young people's voices shape the world that we want to live in. To the youth in this hall, your passion, your ideas, and your actions will define the future. Let us move forward with purpose and conviction, because change is not just possible, it is already happening. With that, I thank everyone here today. Thank you, terima kasih, and let's make this summit count. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat Adam Adli Abdul Halim, for the launching speech just now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Regional NAM Youth Summit 2025 is now officially launched. We will now proceed with a video presentation by NAMYO, which will highlight the organization's missions, vision, and the importance of youth collaboration in addressing the global challenges. Wow, thank you. So that is a powerful reminder that NAMYO is doing to empower youth across the globe. And obviously, through this regional NAM Youth Summit, it is one of the best efforts that they put forward. So to conclude this ceremony, we would like to have a photo session. Therefore, we would like to invite Ms. Leila Hassanova, the chairperson of NAMYO, Mr. Muhammad Izzat Afifi, the President of Malaysian Youth Council, and our guest of honor, YB Adam Adli, to come forward in front of the stage to take photos. I also would like to call for our cameraman to be up on stage to take the photo. So everyone, please rise so that we can see your face in the photo. Yeah. We also would like if all the participants can squeeze up in the middle as well. Squeeze in the middle. Yes, thank you. Have a big smile, everyone. For our videographer, do you have any moments that you want to achieve? Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you again for your cooperation and your support. Thank you Yang Berhormat Adam Adli Abdul Halim, Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, His Excellencies ambassadors from all non-aligned movement countries, Izzat Afifi, the President of Malaysian Youth Council, and Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Utama Idris Harun, the President of WAY, for this session. With that, we come to an end of the launching ceremony of Regional NAM Youth Summit, Kuala Lumpur. Thank you to all our distinguished guests, speakers, and participants to making this event a success. Thank you again. I am Shafiqah and I am signing out.